Welcome back, Educampions, to another episode of our Little Explorers Parent Webinar. I am Teacher Excelsa Tongson, or you can call me Teacher Etchel or Teacher Chel. We will once again journey to an adventure together as we continue to learn and understand the importance of early childhood education with Rex. Today, we will allow ourselves to say it, feel it with our little explorers. Tingnan nyo say it and feel it with our little explorers. Good afternoon again to all our educators, parents, learning companions at home, and everyone here watching live at Rex Education. Last week, we talked about two important domains in early childhood education, the physical and intellectual domains. For this episode, we will focus on two domains of development, socio-emotional and language. If this is your first time joining this webinar series, you may want to check out Rex Education's YouTube channel and find the playlist that says Little Explorers Parent Webinar. We already have 2 episodes uploaded there. Rex Education creates this series. Our lifelong learning partner is Rex, to shed light on how early childhood years are very important in the growth and development of society and how critical our roles are in ensuring our children's development, which is a critical window and the foundational skill sets they need during this critical period. Sabi nga natin sa first episode, do not miss the window. Find out how you can strengthen your children's growth and development by focusing on early childhood years. For those who have been with us since the first episode, thank you very much, and I hope that you are ready, for another learning fun-filled afternoon. First, let us welcome our guest teacher for today to help us understand better and give the context to what we should focus on when we say developing the socio-emotional and language skill sets of our kids. We have an assistant professor from the Department of Family Life and Child Development, College of Home Economics, University of the Philippines, Diliman, where he is also currently the department chairperson. He has experience in research and public extension works related to early childhood development and family life. He handled courses in child development programs, and pre-service teaching in early childhood education. And among others, he, for his undergraduate and graduate students, because he also handles graduate and undergraduate students. He also used to handle preschool classes at UP Child Development Center. Let us all welcome Assistant Professor Erickson M. Maclid.
Good day. I'm Assistant Professor Erickson M. Maclid, faculty member from the Department of Family Life and Child Development, College of Home Economics, University of the Philippines, Diliman. For today's session, I will be discussing 2 important developmental domains that let children develop their identity and let them interact with other people. We are going to talk about socio-emotional domain and language domain. Why is it important for children to express what they feel? How do children interact with other children and related adults? Does language development of children mainly focus on speaking? Is children's expression connected to how they connect with other people? Let's find out. Socio-emotional development is integrating 2 important developmental domains, which are the social and emotional domain. Socio-emotional development covers a wide array of competencies for children, such as but not limited to expressing and regulating their emotions, recognizing emotions of others, responding to affection, developing concept of self, fostering positive relationships toward related adults and peers, ability to having good relationship with others, identifying problems and solutions, and resolving conflicts and sustaining friendships. Socio-emotional development starts from infancy and very young children as they interact with their caregivers and develop secure attachment, or even when children become familiar with the differences of emotions and how it can be regulated in various situations. On the other hand, Language development in early childhood includes competencies related to communicative and receptive skills. For young children, their linguistic development highlights the expression through sounds, gestures, and then later into words, phrases, or sentences. Children's language development is not just limited to communicative but also includes receptive skills such as distinguishing the sounds and gestures, then further to more skills such as following directions and answering questions. Both communicative and receptive language development of children is essential as this becomes the foundation of practical skills in speaking, listening, writing, and reading. Language development is not just important in academic skills of children, but also to their day-to-day activities. How do we develop socio-emotional and language domain in very young children? For 0 to 2-year-old children or the very young children, some of the most important skills to develop in language domain includes recognizing sounds, especially his or her name, expressing meaningful sounds to refer to special person or object, combining simple words and gestures to talk, listening, and trying to name, or for older children, naming familiar objects. For socio-emotional development of young children, it includes responding and greeting primary caregiver, enjoying and starting to participate simple activity with familiar adults, and relating to other people. While for 3 to 5-year-old children, some of the most important skills to develop in their language domain is talking about objects, events, and people through using simple phrases and sentences, answering simple questions, and even asking what, who, where, and why questions. For socio-emotional development, some of 3 to 5-year-old children's milestones include pretend playing with common objects, having imaginative play, and starting to join group games for younger children or organizing one for older children. A socio-emotional and language domain involve expressing and relating for children. An essential activity that can be done by a parent or any other caregiver is having shared conversation with the child. Simple conversations allow children to share their answers, thoughts, and ideas while also listening to another person. It is important to engage children in conversation to develop various domains of development. Another highly suggested activity for children to develop their socio-emotional and language domain across ages is letting children engage in various types of play, such as pretend play, constructive play, and even games with rules. These activities do not require complicated and expensive toys, but it can be done through materials found at home or their surroundings. Playing let the children understand pro-social behaviors such as sharing, comforting, cooperating, and helping others. Another recommended activity for children's socio-emotional and language development is intentional reading of storybooks to and with the child. Storytelling is an essential activity not just for children to develop literacy or academic skills, but also to develop their love for reading. Engaging the children through storytelling is also beneficial on developing social skills such as perspective taking, developing empathy towards other people, and it is also beneficial in critical thinking and problem-solving skills. And of course, it helps them become more imaginative and creative too. As previously discussed, both socio-emotional and language development are observed in children's everyday activities. The association of socio-emotional and language development can be observed with how children express their feelings and emotions, understand appropriate actions or words in situations as they practice sharing to others and turn-taking, sharing stories to peers and related adults, or in short, the connection of socio-emotional and language development is observed when children connect and build positive relationship with people around them. So, the next time we observe children sharing stories to us, let's listen to them. When they are requesting to read a story, let's invite them to have a storytelling session. When they are playing by themselves or with their peers, see it as they are learning about themselves and they are learning to integrate their life with other people. Remember that socio-emotional and language domain is essential to children's day-to-day activities. We need to promote this to children so that they can learn about the words and then their world.